in Fort Worth, home to the TCU Horned Frogs. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Virginia Tech Hokies, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the TCU Horned Frogs. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Horned Frogs about to kick it away and get this season started. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Guys, let's step back here and chat Virginia Tech. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge.
It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
And this defense is going to have their hands full.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Use the play fake, now to throw. Slings it downfield. Complete to the left. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
He just won't take a big hit. Slides off guys, makes moves. He's down to the 21. Let's take a moment here and talk a little Virginia Tech. What an offseason in the recruiting department, reeling in a top 10 class, and you got to think that's going to help.
Man, yeah, it's just nice when you get some recruiting and some excitement, right? Get a top 10 class. You know the talent is really, really good. The young talent pushes the older talent, Jesse, and it just makes the squad obviously so much better.
With that top 10 class, they really feel like they were able to reload the roster, and they think they've got some impact freshmen in this class as well. Can't wait to see what they do today.
Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. They want to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. On target over the middle. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
Man, just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense, going right down the field in 6 plays, and now set up for 1st and goal.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Here's the handoff. Nudges ahead for one out to the 16.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Might be calling a hot route. Looking for a man. It's Wagner. Complete to the right. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Looking downfield on first down. With the catch, it's Dickerson. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Off the play fake. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. On target to the left. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Complete in the middle. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
Everybody holds their breath when this guy has the ball. On defense now, you got to stop the bleeding because you're allowing one of the best at his position in the sport of college football. Now have back-to-back catches. You better be anticipating this offense going back to him again right here.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Working that left side now. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on 3rd down.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. You're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing it.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2.
Base 27 jump. Base 27 jump.
To throw, it's Wagner. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. And wait just a second, the official's going to take a second look at this one. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the point after is good. So a drive there of 84 yards. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive.
Returner goes out of bounds.
And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good game.
There he goes. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. He's got 50 yards on the ground in the first quarter. What a tremendous start to this season. And the Hokies come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
They'll move the tight end. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Fakes to grab. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Reads it, fires complete. And he'll home it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, David.
And how many times do we hear that? That quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Makes a move. And he'll run out of bounds to wrap up the first quarter. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work.
Trick 9B.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Intercepted. Takes it the other way. Inside the 30. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed, it's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
A run for the quarterback. Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Trying to get the corner. Runs through a tackle. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
Yeah, this offense is going to try to run the ball and do it in a variety of ways. You'll see zone reads. You'll just see straight downhill running. We'll get the toss play going as well to try to keep this defense on their heels.
The Hokies really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to power their way ahead. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a pretty dumb decision by the opponent to go for it so deep in their own end, and this offense now is making them pay for that. After getting the ball back on the 3rd play of the drive, they're able to run it, get the first down, and stay on the field.
And the Hokies will have it 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. And the defense makes the tackle, but not before he gets down to the 2. He's piled up 76 yards rushing, and that is quite an impressive first half here in this season opener. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. They'll try to get outside. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
Maybe that stop is a good sign for this defense. Maybe the defense is starting to figure it out. Obviously, offense has been running the football with so much success. Something has to change. That was a good start.
Ball is spotted at the 2. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. They'll go for it here on 4th and short. On the option. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
4th down and short, and where do they put the ball? In the hands of their quarterback. This guy is so good. They trust him. He runs the option and keeps it himself and gets just enough for the first down.
The Hokies have their offense in high gear with the run on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hokies.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Appalachian State has been blitzed from the opening kick, and as you can see, the score right now is a lot to a little. Let's see how this coach tries to explain this. They're trailing by 21 to South Carolina. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
The Horned Frogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll leave it with him. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. All right, guys, let's think a little bit about big picture TCU. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Dropping back, it's Wagner. Finds his man, it's Gibbs. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. Wants to go up top. Rushes on him. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass D.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. They've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Fires left. And it's knocked away, incomplete on third down.
You got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a fourth down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. Quarterback making checks. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Throws to the tight end. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. And the Horned Frogs getting set on 1st and 10. Somehow fits it into a host of defenders. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
It'll be 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Wagner. Unloads to the wideout. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down.
And you've always got to be careful around the sideline to not step out accidentally. So that wide receiver did a really nice job on that route to bring the ball in while on a tightrope.
And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
I mean, you just can't teach and coach big D tackles to be that quick. I mean, he shot right out of his stance, beat the offensive lineman, and he was in the backfield before the O-line even knew it.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. Tackled there by the defense.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Into the end zone. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Bringing it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Here's the pressure. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
And the Hokies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Trying to beat the D deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Long incompletions are okay. You got to take shots. You got to make big plays in college football. I love that you're taking shots. Keep taking them. Some of those are going to come home. Some of them aren't. But when they come home, they equal big-time points.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He'll take another shot here. Grabs it up to 25 in stride. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
TCU 7.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. To the air, it's Wagner. Moving away from pressure. He's going to run it. At the 35, he's loose. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Hokies will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Bringing it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
From the shotgun, the inside give. brought down at the 21, but a really big play there to pick up 10. The Horned Frogs moving quickly to the line.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Dropping back, it's Wagner. Got his man on the outside. Slips, slithers, and jukes his way out to the 26. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Fires to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Dickerson. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
He's out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Tough spot in the middle. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
TCU.
And the Horned Frogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Sends it back in motion. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Pressure coming. And they get to him, and down goes the quarterback, and you just cannot afford that in this spot.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on 1st down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a 2nd down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Wagner. Looking left. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
No doubt, offense wants to keep running the football to win this game, but I'm wondering if they're starting to go to the well too often. They got to start showing some new wrinkles here in the second half.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
Defense came on the field with fresh legs, and here on just the 2nd play of the drive, they're able to get a sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes the grab on the right. Off and running. Inside the... And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Hokies.
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the 3rd quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Back to pass, it's Wagner. Floating away. Throws to the wideout. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Now the play fake. Throws for the tight end. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Well, I don't know if the big fella got freaked out because he was so wide open on that play, but that is a catch he has got to make for his quarterback.
Motion from the back. They just keep firing. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the 2nd half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Three straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it, 1st down and more. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
We're losing. We got to put a few drives together here, but most importantly, I got to stop getting my quarterback hit. I got to give him a little bit more protection, maybe that extra second so he can get that deep ball off and make some plays for this offense.
Going right and going deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, after struggling so much in the 1st half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the 2nd half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down. And I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations. And you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time. So you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
Oh, he's got some space. Past the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done.